nice back bellow out there. And a huge blat on full throttle. The sound is everywhere. In this cabriolet especially, it's just, it's like being dropped into some kind of industrial machine. Once the sound comes on, the rest of the car drives absolutely sublimely smooth and really feels, yeah, I mean, obviously this is not very high stress driving for the 2017 Porsche 911 Carrera S, but even so, it feels so non-stressed and comfortable. Even in sport mode, with the sport shocks on, it's just so easy. Too good to be true, perhaps. Oh, it drives really, really nicely. Back in a second. Not the first. Woo! So it just is like lightning fast. There's zero lag to note. I mean, in that situation, many turbos would have had lag. So that's outstanding. And for it to be such an induction and exhaust-based harmonic is very, very impressive. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it drives. I also I love the way it looks too. Some great colors this year, including a gorgeous new fly yellow and Miami blue, which is this bright turquoise. It's gorgeous. Oh man. So I'm on C2. The one thing I will say is that when I first got in and stepped on the throttle, I just had a slight tinge of disappointment. Although now that I've put a few more miles under the belt, I'm falling in love just as hard as I would with an air-cooled and naturally aspirated engine. Which of course we are liquid-cooled and twin turbos, but you know, if anyone can do it, it's Porsche. All right, see you next time. Some more engine sonics in the 2017 Porsche 911 Carrera S Convertible. So there's not as much rumble as it's after revs and driving just in second gear as we were. You know, it really starts to make its big shout on throttle, whereas boxers that you may recall, you know, are sort of noisy all the time. You know, they're noisy even when they're engine braking, like, you know, down to first, for example. But it does sound sublime. I mean, if you could listen to this downshift. Yay. Sorry, friends. Sorry, I was just... Very, very beautiful drive here through Kiowa, South Carolina. Past one of the many gatehouses that exist in Kiowa. G4S Securities is like runs this place as though it's some kind of penal colony. PDK is smart. Did you see that? So I was in first and I was just going to give it a little goose, but it popped me up to second before I could even get my throttle foot down. And second was the right gear. I mean, if this had been a normal driving situation, I would have just wanted second to blast all the way up to, you know, up to 70 miles an hour. So, oh man, what a car! Feels obscenely fast. Is the first thing that should be noted. Despite focusing on the sound of this new turbocharged engine as standard in the Carrera for 2017, it's so, I think it's faster than it was before, and this will create a sort of an interesting rivalry between turbocharged Porsche variants, because as you know, the Porsche 911 Turbo at this point is one of the quickest vehicles in the world, with about a 2.6 second sprint to 60 miles an hour, which is obscene. And I think with the right tuning and driver, these C2S's will be able to get down into perhaps the twos, certainly in the aftermarket. What a machine.